Well, tonight, the situation in Haiti is growing even more dire. Rescue efforts continue 2 days after a 7.2 earthquake killed more than 1,400 people.
The epicenter of the 7.2 magnitude quake struck near Lakai, a coastal town located about 80 miles from the capital of Port-au-Prince. This is just another major setback for a country that hasn't fully recovered from the 2010 earthquake that killed an estimated 220,000 people, and a nation still reeling from the assassination of its president, Jovenel Moïse, just over a month ago. Haiti's ambassador to the U.S., Brigitte Edmond, says there is hope.
We understand the dire situation we are in, but the most important thing is we will come out.
I'm the Mademoiselle, and ça c'est deuxième channel. And jodia nous allons parler de Haiti and if it's really cursed. Now, if you guys are not aware, which I'm sure if you're clicking on this video right now, you are aware, Haiti has suffered through another earthquake. And I know you guys are like, bruh, not again. Yeah, a lot of us are really stressed right now. I'm very stressed right now. I actually have a headache. First, the assassination and all of the nonsense and hoopla that's going on with that and trying to understand what's been going on. I want to give a big condolences to everyone that is suffering because they can't get in touch with their family members right now. If you can't get in touch with your families right now, please understand you are not the only one. The phone lines are still down in many places. Even the government officials down in Haiti right now have not been able to contact many of the people down there. It is a hot mess right now, and when we go through something catastrophic like this, we all suffer, and trust me, we all feel it. I am so sorry to those of you guys who are stuck in Haiti. I am so sorry for those of you guys who may have lost someone. A big condolences to anyone who is really going through something mentally because of all of this. I am so sorry, and I really hope things get better soon, but I promise you we will get through this. We have tropical storm Hurricane Grace may pass over Haiti pretty soon, and it's predicted to possibly trigger landslides, so please pray that that doesn't happen. Ooh, child, it's a lot. So, you know, with that being said, there's lots of people saying ignorant shit that we do not need. And now the earthquake. A lot of us are like, what? What's going on? Are they manipulating the weather? Of course, everyone is with the whole Haitis curse thing. All of it is destiny. It's bound to happen. What do you expect? And then there's another portion that just like, you know, it's just the weather. It's just natural. And of course, with that being said, there's all the people that are just coming out to pop their shit per usual, and I'm just here to lay that shit to rest once and for all. And of course, there's people that just refuse to research, read, and comprehend, and I'm just here to put everything to rest because I'm absolutely fucking tired. I'm tired of people talking shit about Haiti when they absolutely have no idea what the fuck they're talking about. So this video was prompted by a post that I seen by Queen Naija's shadow, and I say shadow because nobody would know who the fuck this bitch was if it wasn't for Queen Naija. She's irrelevant. She's literally the dirt under everybody's shoe. We're not gonna call the Sans-Ave by her name because for what? She don't have a name. Queen Shadow. Tifisa Aveg or no? First of all, wasn't she just accused of taking her shadow's money? Ignorant, and she not cute. She need to go worry about all of that shit, okay? Because talking shit about Haitians should be the least of her worries. And honestly, their entire fucking family is a piece of fucking shit. All of them are fucking trash. Rubbish. All I said what I said, I meant what I said, and I'll say it again. Toutes ces cochons malpropres sans-ave. Ti fwe kon rete carrément la pale kaka de Haiti, so jodi a m'getan, okay? Today I got time because she want to talk shit about Haiti. And when you talk shit about Haiti, I got time. Especially when you don't got any fact, merit, or common sense to know about what you're talking about. So this little idiot thought that it made sense to talk shit about Haiti and say we do not have the right to be asking for help because, you know, we worship stones and statues and we do voodoo, saying that Catholicism is not a real religion, when a fan basically tried to correct her and tell her not to come for our country, etc. So honestly, I'm here to set this bitch straight and set anyone else straight that thinks like this bitch right here.
First of all, I'm not gay. And when I had tattoos, that was when I was living in sin, living in the world. But first of all, I don't care what you got to say because you're judging my past. That's what a lot of y'all do, which I don't care. However, you feel some type of way, oh, well, that's your problem. I don't care. First of all, y'all worship brick and stone over there. Y'all worship statues. And then y'all have a nerve to say, oh, help us, help us. We got to send water to y'all. That's y'all fault. Whose fault is that? That's your fault. So don't ever come from my country. First of all, I don't care. I don't even want to go to your country. Get yourself right first. Period. First of all, I'm not gay. And when I had tattoos, that was when I was living in sin, living in the world. But first of all, I don't care what you got to say because you're judging my past. That's what a lot of y'all do, which I don't care. However, you feel some type of way, oh, well, that's your problem. I don't care. First of all, y'all worship brick and stone over there. Y'all worship statues. And then y'all have a nerve to say, oh, help us, help us. We got to send water to y'all. That's your fault. Whose fault is that? That's your fault. So don't ever come from my country. First of all, I don't care. I don't even want to go to your country. Get yourself right first. Period.
Let me just say, people put way too much credit in voodoo. Voodoo is a religion at the end of the day. And you guys talk all of this shit about voodoo, and let me just prove to you guys that you guys are so fucking racist. It's disgusting, right? Why does no one say shit to Hispanic people that's doing bruja, santeria, and all of these other spiritualities that are very much so similar, if not the same, as voodoo? I'll wait. Y'all don't say nothing to them. If anything, a lot of these people that practice really be trying to come at black people that do voodoo and other practices that are similar as well. But y'all always coming at black people, always coming at Haitians, always coming at Jamaicans, and always coming at everything else that's black, that does anything that's other than Christian. But y'all never come at Hispanics or white people or anything that's not black. Y'all never come at them. That's fucking racist. That's fucking prejudice. Y'all need to shut the fuck up. Y'all full of shit. Y'all need to get it together. Fuck all y'all. Because I'm tired of it. I'm really tired of it. Y'all are ignorant. Y'all are prejudiced. Y'all are racist. Y'all will never come at them the way y'all come at black people for practicing Haitian voodoo as a religion. Ever. Y'all think y'all high and mighty for practicing Christianity. Meanwhile, y'all throw the Bible at people while doing shit that y'all claim is Christian. Y'all are not Christian. Okay? Y'all not Christian at all. God don't got time for you. Shut up. Get mama. This girl got some nerve looking the way she do, doing the shit she does, trying to be Christian. Fuck you. I had time today. I don't ever see this energy for anyone. Anyone, ba jam we moun di yon yen, no moun po yon kap fe bagay yo. Never. Despicable. I'm disgusted. I'm disgusted. I'll wait. I'll wait because I never in my life seen it. I ain't never seen it. But when it comes to black people, oh, we need to be baptized. We need to follow God. Fuck you. Seriously, fuck y'all. I don't understand why when people are public figures, they don't think, right? Not only is it a problem for her, it's a problem for the fact that she is the sister of Queen Naija, who dates Clarence, and then there's a whole clan of the motherfuckers that's influencers and shit. You are offending the people of Haitian descent who support you when you push this disgusting narrative about these people who are of Haitian descent. You are being blatantly disrespectful. You can have your opinions, but this is disrespectful. I don't think you would like it if someone was to say,
oh, Black Americans or African Americans are disgusting. They are lazy. They don't do anything for America. They need to be shipped back to Africa.
You see how fucked up that sounds? But there's a lot of people who actually push that disgusting and ignorant rhetoric. So why in the hell do you think it's okay to say that about us? Especially when you don't know what the fuck you're saying. Sit there and like disregard the fact that, you know, there's babies and other people who probably do not practice voodoo are suffering and they deserve some sort of refuge. It's just absolutely disgusting and unnecessary. You're a piece of shit. You're a cochon. You're a malpropre. And honestly, I don't even understand why anyone follows you. I don't understand how anyone supports you. You're nothing without your sister, honestly. You're a talentless pig. You're a cochon. You're sans ave. You're a malpropre. You're a momo vampire. Okay? Like, I don't even understand why anyone supports this bitch whatsoever. I don't know what the fuck she has a fan base for. She doesn't even fucking do anything. And then for her to have the nerve, the gall, the audacity to talk shit about Haiti, it's a joke.
So, I don't even want to go to your country.
Bitch, nobody asked you to go to the country. Who are you? What do you do? You're a talentless fuck. I'm over it. I'm getting more of a headache. Like, bitch, bye. I hope if you ever step foot in Haiti, if you ever put Haiti in your mouth ever again, someone slap the shit out of you. I bet you will never say any of that shit in the face of a Haitian, because they will murk your ass on spot. Y'all passe on bonti pata swell. Kaka chien, dusty ass. Every single time something happens to Haiti, there's a whole heap of people that come for Haiti and say that Haiti is cursed. All these bad things happen to Haiti because Haiti got its independence by making deals with the devil. Haiti does voodoo. That's why all these bad things happen to Haiti. Haiti's never going to be great because they don't follow God. And to be quite honest with you, you guys all sound ridiculous. You guys all sound stupid. And to be quite honest with you, you should all be ashamed of yourselves because you're all going to burn in hell for pushing this detrimental, disgusting, and ignorant rhetoric. So before I burst a nerve in my brain, okay, let's get into this historical aspect of Haiti is cursed for using voodoo for the revolution. Everyone is under the impression that Haiti gained its independence from doing voodoo, okay? They made a pact with the devil, they did a voodoo ceremony, blah, blah, blah. First things first, Haiti did not make a pact with the devil. You know why? Voodoo is a religion and it is not associated with the devil. People who practice voodoo actually believe in God. They believe in bon Dieu. Bon Dieu translates to God in English. They believe in God. And also many people who practice voodoo actually do practice other religions as well. In regards to that, there are people who actually practice voodoo and actually use voodoo in order to do bad things to people. So they will use it in conjunction to witchcraft to do bad things to people. So when people are saying, oh, you do voodoo, usually they're trying to associate it with doing bad. There are bad people out there who do voodoo. The origination of voodoo being bad mainly started from the American troops coming to Dominican Republic and Haiti way back when they were, you know, coming for their occupation because of all of the bullshit that was happening way back in the day. They were seeing all of these voodoo ceremonies taking place and they were writing all of their little horror films, okay? That's where zombies come from. That's where all of these voodoo stories were coming from. This is why a lot of people negatively associate voodoo and negatively associate voodoo with Haiti for the most part. And that's where America basically gets all of that and Western civilization gets all of that from. So that's Western civilization. Now, in terms of the revolution, we have the Bois Caimont ceremony. Now, the Bois Quémont ceremony actually did happen on August 14th, 1791. And that is when the whole situation kicked off with the Haitian Revolution. Now, if you guys are not aware of that, that's a very long story. You guys could look it up, but it is that whole famous picture that everyone knows about where, you know, the pig was sacrificed or whatever it was. But basically, this is said to be a situation where basically Haiti came and made the deal with deities, and basically they were given the strength to fight off the French off the island. And the story always goes that Haiti was so strong and big and bad, and they revolted and they won the country back and cut all the heads off of the slave masters and kicked them off the island. But to be quite honest with you, I love my people. I love y'all so damn much, but that's just not how the story happened. I don't know why the hell everywhere you go and everywhere you look up, that's the story, but that's not how the story happened. Haiti failed so many fucking times. Before 1791, there was slave revolt upon slave revolt upon slave revolt that failed so many times. They did not literally just do a voodoo ceremony, get the power, cut a bunch of white people's heads off, and then, yeah, off with their heads, we got freedom. It did not happen like that. It literally was like hundreds of years of fighting, literally to one point where they had a ceremony and they failed so badly, and the French was literally like mocking them to the point where like whoever the leader of that ceremony was, I don't remember what his name was right now, they cut his head off and literally paraded his head on a stick and literally put that shit in the middle of the city to warn the slaves not to revolt again. And Haitians did not do this shit by themselves. Like, this shit was a High School Musical, okay? They all in this together. They was not doing this shit by themselves. I don't know why that story is always portrayed like that, but they did not do this shit by themselves, okay? They had help. Like, it's that serious. Like, this is years of shit. And to be quite honest with you, it was not just a slave revolt. Not only was it just slaves, there was mulattoes, which honestly is a very offensive term right now, but since we're talking about back in the day, it wasn't offensive back in the day, but it's offensive now because that's actually a term for like a mule, because, you know, it's kind of like a mixed term, but there was mixed people involved, there was freed slaves involved, and to be quite honest, no one ever talks about this, but the Polish were involved, and I talked about this in my white Haitians video, because a lot of white Haitians are actually Polish. Polish actually gained a part of Haiti because of the revolution, because Napoleon was tired of the Haitians revolting. He tried to send the Polish over there to like silence us and shit, and the Polish was going through the same thing with the Russians, and they saw that the Haitians were genuinely trying to get freedom, and they were like, you know what, we'll help you guys. You know, even the Spaniards were involved, even some French were involved, some British people were involved, giving Haiti some weapons, giving them some food. And a lot of people don't know this. Why? Because they don't fucking research. They literally just take the Wikipedia definition, the fucking Discovery Channel version. They don't dig deeper. They don't ask. They don't do the research. You guys have to start looking into things and stop taking things for face value. They had help. It wasn't necessarily a whole situation of a cut and dry, they revolted and they won. To be quite honest with you, that whole situation was a lot longer and a lot more drawn out than a lot of people think it was. Even with that Bois Quémont ceremony, if you really do your research, a lot of historians probably don't even think that ceremony happened. If it did happen, and if we're really, you know, thinking about theories here, 230 years ago, on August 14th would have been the same day of that second earthquake. To be quite honest with you, it might be a coincidence, but I don't know what significance of 230 years would be. Guys, give me some numerology. I don't know. They thought of a lot of different things. They thought of poisoning, okay? They thought of mass beheading. They thought of they thought of so many things, okay? It was not just a cut and dry situation. People need to just stop making it sound like that. A lot of people are like, oh,
well, how did a bunch of slaves overthrow all these white people? Don't you think it was voodoo?
No, they had a bunch of fucking help from a bunch of freaking people that had the weapons. British, French, Polish, they had help. Use your fucking common sense and stop regurgitating shit that don't make sense. And even at that, Haiti after that went to go help people, okay? They helped a lot of Latin countries gain their independence. Venezuela, Colombia, even tried to help Mexico, even tried to help Americans gain their independence. But you know what Americans did? I'm sorry, I hate to say it, Americans sat there and started dry snitching. Okay, they were sitting there every time we tried to help them, they were snitching on each other. So to be quite honest with you, I don't want to hear shit about people trying to say, oh, we did this, that, and the third. At the end of the day, after we gained our independence, we sat there and helped other people gain their independence. So to be quite honest with you, I don't want to hear shit about people saying we're this, that, and the third. Because after we gained our independence, niggas was giving us embargoes. People didn't want to trade with us. They cut down our borders. And to be honest, that's a whole nother story for a whole nother time. Like, there's a lot that goes into this. It's not about Haiti being cursed. It's about Haiti not being forgiven for being black. It's about Haiti not being forgiven for being the first independent black republic. It's about Haiti not being given the opportunity to thrive for doing what it should have done to be free in the first place. Because Caribbean slavery was very bad, okay? Apparently, it was way worse than what it was everywhere else from what I'm told in terms of history. And in Haiti, it was like 10 times worse. Apparently, Haiti was treated 10 times worse than very much so a lot of the places in the Caribbean. So to be quite honest with you, I don't want to hear none of this bullshit that y'all talking right now. And to make matters worse, Haiti was just neglected most of the time, okay? And that brings me to my next point. Haiti is just not placed in the best part of the Caribbean. I need to also let you guys know earthquakes are actually very regular in Haiti. Tremors and stuff like that, that's actually very regular. And I only know this because I have a lot of friends that, you know, lived in Haiti, grew up in Haiti. It's very regular. It's not like, you know, 5 magnitude, you know, big ass magnitude earthquakes, but like little tremors here and there, it's actually pretty regular. So are hurricanes and stuff like that's pretty regular. But like 7.0, 7.5, whatever magnitude, that's not normal. Like, and earthquakes and stuff have been happening since the beginning of time, since before Haiti was even Haiti, you know, so like that's pretty normal. It's not abnormal for an earthquake to happen. What's not normal is the fact that these people still don't know how to fuck to build their shit correctly and follow codes and shit. LA has earthquakes all the time. Japan has earthquakes all the time. Why the hell nobody's saying Japan and LA cursed? I don't fucking understand. And most importantly, why we not saying all of these Hispanic countries and all these other white countries that practice voodoo, similar counterparts, are cursed? I'll wait. I don't hear it. Cause y'all racist and y'all prejudiced. Okay. I mean, the real issue is that they just not preparing for these disasters after all of this damn time. Like, I don't get it. The Caribbean is just not placed in the best part at all. Now, it's no secret that there's lots of natural disasters that happen in the Caribbean, but Haiti is just not well equipped for all of the shit that happens at all. So Haiti is on like a ridiculous fault, like a ridiculous one. And the same fault that caused the other 2010 earthquake is the same one that caused this earthquake. Now, I have no idea why no one thought to look this up, but every single time we have any type of earthquake, any type of hurricane, any type of tsunami or anything, people always blame it on, oh, it's the curse, it's the curse. No, it's on a fucking fault. Like, why can't y'all just, it gives me a headache. Like, it really does. It's on a damn fault. Just look it up. And it's not even just that. Like, this earthquake in itself was honestly felt in Jamaica as well. And like, there's other times where like, I have friends like they go on cruises all the time. I have friends that, you know, they go to Cuba, they go to Barbados, and they be like, oh man, my cruise is, you know, rerouted to blah, 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 because there's this going on here. There's like, at the end of the day, the Caribbean is just awkwardly placed because of all the faults, all these tectonic plates, the equator within itself. Like, there's lots of things environmentally that obstruct the Caribbean from being great. The problem with Haiti is that the buildings are genuinely not structured for it to thrive. And there's a lot of reasons for that. Haiti in itself don't like rules. We know that, okay? They don't like to follow codes. They don't like to follow rules. They don't like to follow any type of anything. They just build the buildings the way they want to. They like to do things the way they want to. That's why any fucking time there's an earthquake, anytime there's a tsunami, anytime there's anything, shit just come tumbling down. They need to stop doing that, and that's up to them. That's up to the government. That's up to this, that, and the third. But to be quite honest with you, they can't even figure out how to build their roads correctly. So to be honest, that's their problem, and they need to figure that out. But it's just like, everybody keeps saying curse, 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 but it's like, honestly, all of this is just fucking common sense at this point. There's environmental, religious, and historical fact. You can look all of this shit up. buy your fucking self. I will leave all my links and resources down below, because at this point, I'm just really disappointed, really, really tired. I'm tired of explaining these things to people. I'm tired of having to defend my country. I'm tired of Haitians themselves talking down on where they come from, because if you can't respect where you come from, you will never respect yourself, because at the end of the day, that's always going to be you. Okay, where you come from is who you are. Who you are is who you are, and you can never run away from it. For all the people that's talking shit, be quiet, because bitch, you ain't never gonna say that to nobody's face, because you know you're gonna get your ass cracked. With that being said, make sure you like, share, subscribe. Let me know what you think about Queen Shadow and what the fuck she said, because we ain't gonna call that hoe by her name. And yeah, make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, do all that. Follow the main channel, and I'm gonna see y'all next time. Bye.